Sorry, guys. Some of y'all cannot see us, but you can hear us. We'll have a monitor next to the drum world soon, hopefully.
Yeah, don't look at the camera.
All right. It looks like we are live now. Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for tuning in to the Wonky Power Live sessions. Tonight, we have India Tigers in Texas, dude.
Yeah,
How do you feel about that?
I'm super happy.
Yeah.
It's been a while. I mean, I saw Jaron about a week and a half ago and Mel
Oh,
at
yeah?
a birthday party in Galveston, but other than that,
Nice. How was it?
it was good.
Yeah?
It was Charlie from El Lago's birthday. There was way more people than I thought would be there in that little apartment, but, you know, it worked out. It was cool. Yeah, it was.
There's an effect on that vocal. That's cool. Or whose vocal? You sound like you're underwater.
But other than that, I hadn't seen these people in 16 months or something like that.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, it's been a while. Well, we're back.
yeah, we're completely happy you guys are here. Everybody feeling okay?
Yeah, we're feeling good. Thank you for having us.
Cool. Thanks for coming.
For sure.
Reaching out.
Any new stuff planned for tonight?
Yeah, we're gonna actually start off the set with a new song
Cool.
that hasn't been recorded yet.
Brad, we can talk about all that a little later. Y'all ready to jump in?
Let's do it.
All right, let's go.
The song's called "Another Castle."
Testify that she's another castle.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Y'all, we're Indian Tigers, and we like to tune before the next one.
Yeah.
Thank
I'm all alone. You left me standing on a breezy summer night, watching chasers running through the stars so bright. Oh, where'd you go? Where'd you go? Come back. Take my hand and you'll see that it ain't scary when you're chasing sonic dreams. Oh, where'd you go? Where'd you go? Fever dream. Starships shooting fire in your eyes, leading me away, just you and I. Where'd you go? Where'd you go? We'll see your face. Where have you been while I was stuck in outer space? Say it's been only 5 minutes, ain't no way. Where'd you go? Where'd you go? Fever dream.
Actually, can I get a little bit more of my guitar before we get going? Just a smidge.
Just like we're at a real show.
That's good, thank you.
Well, I saw myself from outside of my head. Oh, what a sight to see. There's someone driving that thing, oh, but it ain't me. Started thinking that I might be overthinking it all. Sit back, relax, enjoy the ride, try to hang on. When you think you finally found what you've been looking for, the moment you stop looking, you'll find something more. Waiting for you there beyond the golden door inside. What treasures you shall find. Divining mystical transmissions, make a glimpse outside of time. Behind your eyelids, crystal vision softly glisten in your mind. Got the feeling that I might be overthinking it all. Sit back, relax, enjoy the ride, and try to hang on. When you think you finally found what you've been looking for, the moment you stop looking, you'll find something more. Waiting for you there beyond the golden door inside. What treasures you shall I lost myself somewhere inside of my head, oh, what a place to be. Hope someone's driving this thing, oh, 'cause it ain't me. Got the feeling that I didn't really need it at all. Let's breathe in, breathe out, we're better off without it right now. When you think you finally found what you've been looking for, the moment you stop looking, you'll find something more. Waiting for you there beyond the golden door inside. What treasures you shall find.
Wow, you guys sound amazing. Seriously.
Applause right there.
Thank you.
So I don't.
Sounded really good in here. Thank you, Mario, for
David, you sound amazing, man.
Incredible guy.
The voice of gold.
Thank you. So I don't know who is gonna I guess whoever, Jaron or Mel or whatever, do you want to introduce everybody in the band so people watching and people outside know who's
Okay, I'll do it.
throwing down?
So this is DJ Ellis, sweetheart, baby doll, drummer, Honey Bear. Jaron Hall. I'm Melmo Black, and this is Kevin Barnes.
Cool. Yeah, someone outside just told me that DJ's been playing for a really long time.
He has been playing since he was like a baby boy.
Yeah, and crushing it the whole time.
Yeah, he's a shredder.
But he's been
total
playing less
slayer.
for like less than a month. Like, that's pretty crazy.
Tell Memo that he's been like one of my biggest inspirations since I was a young man.
Memo.
Memo, you've been one of DJ's biggest inspirations since he was a young man, he just said.
That's cool. So,
All right.
what's been going on? I mean, I know the self-titled record is about 2 years old now. Have you guys been working on new stuff?
We have. Yeah, we've got maybe like 4 or 5 songs that we're working on right now.
And I'm sorry, but Jaron, did you get a second one of those guitars, or did you get yours sparkly?
Oh, I've always had the sparkly one.
I guess it thought it wasn't sparkly. I was trying to get you an endorsement here, but
Oh, yeah. I mean, I think he would hook it up on the next one. But he's a really cool dude.
You
Rick
really
of
need
Pure
a
Salem
12
Guitars.
We need a 12-string really bad. So
Any lefties out there.
Let's get close to the mics when we're talking, guys, because it can't hear.
it's
Pure Salem Guitars, highly recommended. Any lefties out there?
it's that thing, right, where no one understands how hard it is to find guitars when you're left-handed.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there's
You know,
Southpaw
at an
here.
affordable price or not a big markup.
Yeah, I mean, there's Southpaw here in Houston, but they can kind of set the prices because they're pretty much it.
Mm-hmm.
I had friends from out of state that would come here to buy guitars. So,
Yeah, he's
So-
kinda cornered the market.
yeah. So you guys have always had a psych kind of Baroque sound. Do you consider yourselves a psych band, or do you see it as something else?
I mean, I think I see it. When I describe it as psychedelic rock and roll.
Yeah, it makes sense.
That's me, you know.
And that was kind of, I mean, I think that was part of the I think
Garage
that was part
rock.
of, yeah, that was
Garage
part
rock
of,
too,
like,
yeah.
definitely psychedelia was part of the concept when we started the project, for sure.
I mean, is there somebody that heavily influenced y'all that kind of gave this sound like a kind of jumping point, if you will?
I think we all bonded over a lot of like Black Angels, Black Mountain,
Yeah.
King Gizzard. We all met the year before King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard put out 5 albums, and first time meeting, we're like, "Do you hear these guys are gonna put out 5 albums next year?
And, like, when
Do we
I-
just become best friends? We're like geeking out." And
And when I met Kevin, that's like one of the first things that we were like, oh shit, cool, one of us. Like
Yeah,
we
we
get
were
it,
both, like,
instant homies.
Big
And then we
Black
met Jaron
Angels
later,
fans.
but it's like if you love the same kind of music and you live in a small town like Galveston, especially, it's like people who know about the bands that you're talking about. It's like, oh my god, I love you, you know.
Yeah, no. Well, for a long time, and this is not to knock on Galveston, but living in Houston, it felt like there weren't any bands down there. I'm sure there were bands, but none of them came up here, and none of us actually got into them. And now it seems like y'all have a pretty healthy scene.
Yeah,
For sure.
yeah.
I mean, I remember seeing something about El Lago. Nobody had written it. It was something on the web. It was like a photo or something, and I was like, wow, they all have proper gear, you know?
Yeah.
And like
endorsed
looked
by Fender.
looked them up, and I guess they had a song out or something like that, and they kind of became my go-to band of somebody saying, yeah, we're booking this thing. I was like, oh, you should put this band El Lago on it, you know?
Cool.
And same with you guys. It was just like, because the way I always felt about Galveston is, in any city, good is good, and it should be rewarded for being good, you know? It's not enough nowadays, but it is this thing where, music doesn't get heard unless people write about it, talk about it, and get it out into the world. I feel like if you're willing to drive that distance just to come play a show for like no money, then you should definitely be rewarded with all kind of accolades.
I mean, I feel like the music scene in Galveston is an extension of like this overall cultural revolution that's happening on the island in a number of ways. And yeah, man, it's a really cool place to be right now.
It's cool to hear y'all are having a cultural revolution, because I heard all kind of crazy stuff around the virus down there. So people not wearing masks and things like that. So
But you guys
Oh,
are
man,
fine.
Still,
all of
it's
Texas
always been
is
very
straight
Wild
up
West down here
Wild
the whole time.
West, man.
Wild West for sure.
yeah, it
It's
is.
like there's like a distinct line between people who care and people who don't care about the virus.
That's
and
true.
Texas is like decide whatever you want.
And no matter how much we as a city, we'll try to like, do the thing. All the tourists coming down for, major weekends, kind of. At least now it's kind of under control, but that would kind of re-spike everything, Memorial Day or whatever.
Yeah, and it's a tourist city, and you don't have any control over that. No, I get it. I love it down there.
It's certainly a special place.
It
I think
was.
there's a magic about Galveston.
There was a thing where this guy John Baldwin, who used to book Walters, he and I would go down there for shows as an escape to get away from the city, to just go down there and like get away from everything, because it was a completely different crowd and it was going to be a different vibe, and just kind of check it out. And y'all had good stuff come through. I mean, y'all had Flasher play there, for Christ's sake.
Oh, yeah.
So y'all are working on these new songs. Do you think you'll have something together by the end of the year, or are you just kind of letting it roll?
I bet that's pretty possible, but you never know,
We're looking to get into the studio like late or early next year.
Oh, cool.
So late this year, early next year.
Yeah, it's a real, when you're an independent band and you don't have financial backing, it's definitely its own monster trying to get all that worked out and get a rate. And it's always that thing where people are like, oh, we made the record, we're done. It's like it still has to be mixed and mastered, man. There's more money before you even decide
Just
you're going
it's
to press it.
purgatory
Distribution, and physical production, there's a lot to it. And we know who we want to work with every time, and, we want to budget for just doing it right with, Anyway.
Who are you gonna work with?
Well, there's
No,
what,
no doubt
I'll
about
name
it.
drop
We love,
Steve Christensen. We love
Steve
Oh, okay,
Christensen.
cool, cool,
I mean,
cool.
he's the
It sounded
best.
like you
He's
were
the best in
hesitant to
town.
say names there.
Yeah, I mean, I thought about it for a second. I was like, no, I'll name drop him. He did our first record. He's done, both our Lager records. He's,
Absolutely.
he's the
He's
man
the
to
man.
work with.
Oh, for
he's
sure.
I don't
cool.
ever want to work with anybody else if I don't have to.
yeah,
For sure.
he's definitely booked up, and he's usually booked up with Krungben, it seems.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah.
It's like every time they get a wild idea, they come back to Houston and record with Steve. So,
It's great.
So cool.
no, it's great. It's great for Steve. It's great for the city. I mean, I couldn't be more proud that a band I saw in a 250 cap room and it wasn't sold out a 3,500 seater
Right.
the next year.
Incredible.
Yeah.
You
We
know.
actually have
Amazing.
tickets to
Also
see them later this year and at Stubbs.
Oh,
and
sweet.
that weekend sold out in like a couple of hours.
That's
Yeah.
just
So they
amazing.
booked more shows. We're going to go see them on a Wednesday the same week.
Oh,
And-
cool. Y'all gonna go out there
Oh,
as a
hell
band,
yeah.
like
Well,
homies?
me and Jaron are going.
Okay, cool. That's awesome.
I mean, they
Work
have a
schedule
remix.
sucks.
They have a remix record coming out, and I've heard it, and it's good. And it's got, what I love about Krungben is they look back to the city. They've got everything they do. They did that kind of compilation record, and they put a bunch of unknown artists from Houston on it. And that's so rad when people look back to where they're from and kind of give back.
Give
You know.
back.
Absolutely.
Giving back, baby.
So before we get into the next set of songs, where does the name come from? I think you told me once, but I don't
That's a
remember.
great question. That's something I want to
I'll
know.
take that one.
I'll take it because I suggested the name and everybody just liked it. And I thought it was silly.
Yeah.
But because we had a real hard time figuring out naming anything is really hard,
Yeah.
But
I don't suggest having a weird name.
it was like
Oof.
there's more tigers in captivity, private captivity in Texas than there are wild in the entire world. So like, I remember having a conversation about this, and I forgot it later because it was election night, and I got really shit-housed, And it was when Trump got elected the first time, or when he got elected at all, but whatever. I was just like fucked up, and everybody was, shit was going on. But we had this conversation, and it was like if war broke out in America, and these tigers were to get released, they would thrive in this environment. It would be like India, tigers in Texas.
Oh, I see.
Yeah,
I get it.
Yeah,
that's cool.
yeah.
I love
so it's
that.
kind of just like we live in this environment, and they're in cages, but they would totally survive.
I
Oh, yeah,
feel you on
they
not,
would.
not knowing how many terms Trump has, because it totally feels like he
It's-
won't go
it's-
away.
Yeah, that's how I
Yeah.
feel. I'm just like, it's spaghetti brain about the whole situation. I wish it would just go away.
My election night, I was at a Kevin Devine show, and he looked at me for a smile, and I was like, just shaking my head, like, no, dude, it's not what we want.
Sorry.
Like,
Yeah.
I've never seen somebody go from happy to sad, back to happy because he has to meet with fans,
Oh,
that quick.
God.
So,
Yeah.
well, we appreciate you guys coming out. You sound really
Absolutely.
good. Y'all ready to, real
Thank
quick,
Yeah, thank
before
you
you,
for having us.
oh, no worries. Before you hop back in, quick shout out to Equal Parts Brewing for hooking us up with beer and always being good to us, always being a great sponsor.
Big fan, equal parts. Thank you
I
guys.
like this one.
Equal parts. Which one do you have?
I have one that looks like it's got bubbles on it.
Bubbles on it. Which one is that
Yeah,
one?
it's
guys?
nucleation.
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 Nice. I
I've
got
got
this
the,
lager beer, Pilsner.
Got
Nice.
the blue flowers, this sour ale with blackberry and pea flower and lemon. And it's
Got
got a
one
little
of those next.
Captain Spock inside of a flower.
We're gonna use that clip as promo with that vocal effect, and they're gonna love it.
Equal parts, we love you.
Cool, you
Give us money,
guys.
maybe.
You guys ready to hop
Or
back
just
in?
beer.
Yeah.
Cool. Thanks for coming.
Thanks, guys.
But don't call me yours. Deep from my heart. But don't call me yours. Don't call me yours. I want you so bad. I want you so bad. I want you so Thanks, y'all. I can hear y'all out there.
Thank you.
You know, attention to Matthew.
I popped the blister I got at the last show.
Is that good or bad?
It's fields. It needed to happen.
What needs must be.
Ready?
What's next?
No, Viva.
Viva. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. He was a man of no small character, with eyes that echo violence. Sitting in his stitch, he had the clue to stony silence. She's on more than 2 occasions. Think I might be a tapestry of quiet desperation. Quiet desperation. Some days we think of ways to cure the world of violence. We hear the news and we refuse to just stand by in silence. Other things we choose to chase our mental fascinations as we weave ourselves a tapestry of quiet desperation. Quiet desperation.
Cool. Thanks, guys. Thank you, Wonky Power, for having us. Thank you all for coming out in the rain and tuning in and turning on your couch at home, maybe. And we've got one more song for it. And then we must be on our way.
Wait, oh, yeah.
Cool. Thank you guys so much for having us. That was a lot of fun.
Thank you.
Fucking rock and roll, baby. I love it.
Give it up for
Live rock and roll right in front of our faces, finally.
You guys sounded great. Anybody
Thank you.
that's here on site, feel free to hang out. We're going to replay the session.
Yeah.
You can
Oh,
grab
cool.
a couple drinks and chill. You can grab merch from these guys, especially if we don't have their self-titled record.
Yes.
If for some reason you can't get one tonight, you can always go to India Tigers at Bandcamp and pick the album up, as well as merch, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, we've got CDs tonight, and we'll have more cassettes at our next show, which will be July 11th at the Library Bar in Galveston.
Galveston.
With Pearl Earl and Dino
Oh,
Kale.
sweet. That's a great lineup.
Dude,
Yeah.
it's gonna be so much fun.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Pearl Earl. I haven't seen him in like
It's
a
been a
while.
minute,
It's been a
yeah.
minute. That's awesome. That's gonna be a cool lineup.
I
Where
love
at
s-
exactly? Can you
The
repeat that?
library?
Library
Bar?
Bar in Galveston, Texas.
That's awesome.
Which
And
is
July-
the smartest name for a bar ever if your parents pay your bills.
Right?
You know?
the library bar. The is it gonna be free or how much is
It
it?
is a free show.
Sweet.
Music's gonna probably start around 8:30.
Mhm.
And there's gonna be a food pop up by our homies Noodle Lily Gal.
Very cool.
It's gonna be a good time.
It sounds fun. It's gonna be really great. July
Oh, and-
11th.
and,
July
uh,
11th. This is
Liquid
Sunday.
Light Show,
Sunday
too.
fun day.
That's awesome.
Yeah, when you guys did the Benefit Week show, the light show was great.
Yeah, that was Timothy Neuhaus. He goes by European Sun.
That's right.
Was in Houston. He's in Austin now, but he comes out.
He pops up every now and then, right? I just
Mhm.
see him at events.
Yeah.
I'm like, hey man, how are you?
Yeah.
He's always doing some
I
great
think
things.
he'll be with us on the 11th.
Oh,
Yeah,
will he?
Still working out the details, but yeah, I think so.
Sorry,
we can
to
work it
throw
all
you
out.
under the bus there, Tim.
That's
Mario,
awesome.
Mario's quietly not telling you that he's done visuals for Washed Out. So
Whoa, very cool.
I don't want to take European Sun's work, dude. European Sun is one of the best ones.
He's doing
Anyways,
awesome work. Yeah, he's great at it.
somebody on the live chat says, don't know how I've never heard of India Tigers in Texas, but I'm definitely a fan now.
Oh,
Oh,
awesome.
A person
We're a
named
fan of you
William
too.
Kirby.
Oh,
Dude,
William
come to the
Kirby,
next
thank
show
you,
and we'll
brother.
thank you.
William.
Yeah, a lot of people were tuned in. By the way, a lot of people were giving a lot of different comments on Instagram, and a lot of people were tuned in. So it's amazing that you guys were out here. We appreciate
Excited
you being
to
here.
Oh, yeah,
see what
this
everybody
is
had to say.
awesome.
Yeah, it was fun to do one of these again. It was like kind of all we could do last year, and there's still a good, even once shows start happening, I think it's still a really good concept. Keep doing live streaming. I love
Yeah,
it.
This
I
is,
love
a,
it.
this is a very cool thing you guys got going on.
Oh, well, thanks. It's all them. They do all the work. When we did the Benefit Week, we thought about doing one in Austin. I reached out to some people I knew up there, and they're like, I don't want to give money to a bunch of millionaires. I was like, I don't know any venue owner that's a millionaire, man.
Right?
Most of them are driving like a
Everyone's rich.
10-year-old car, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, just the sound that you guys are creating, really, it's incredible. I just haven't heard something like that in a while.
Oh,
I didn't
thanks,
know
man.
what to expect. I know I've heard your recordings, but obviously hearing it live is absolutely was fucking mind blowing.
Well, thanks, man. Thanks, man. That
Yeah,
means
for
a lot.
sure.
We kind of have like a stripped down lineup right now too.
Oh,
That's
really?
Pretty bare bones for us.
What does your full lineup look like, or what are we missing here?
Well, this is it now, but we used to have like another guitar and keyboard.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Wow,
But
dude.
that also becomes something that's difficult to manage, to tour.
it's very difficult. when
does,
The more,
yeah.
of
A
course,
lot
the
of
more people you have,
individuals, a lot of moving parts.
Yeah,
more
one of them-
moving parts.
One of the members of the B-52s told me one time that the more people that are in your employ, the less money you go home with, and that's one of the truest things I've ever heard. So
Yeah, you guys going to stay in this unit in this form for a while, or will you bring everybody else for July
Well,
11th, or not sure?
Yeah, definitely we'll have DJ for the 11th, but
Cool.
he's moving to Colorado like literally the next day.
Oh, wow.
So
So
Not necessarily.
it'll
the
be,
next
and
day.
we'll,
pretty
we'll,
close to that.
Okay, got you.
He'll,
That's
he'll do some shows. He'll still
Yeah.
keep coming down and playing a few with us, but
Yeah.
he
The
figuring it
ever,
out.
it's kind of like ever evolving,
of course.
Yeah, it
Comes with the
sometimes it
small
be
town
like
and small
that.
music scene where drummers are already.
Say that again.
Yeah, with like being a small town and a small music scene, drummers are a commodity anywhere.
Premium
Or
for
just
sure.
there's nobody really plays drums. People do, but they're in very short supply who are available. And
no, it's that way here too. Look around. I mean, you see the same guys playing with everybody.
Same now.
mhm.
You know,
We play in every band. David and I, every single band here in Houston.
we have a mariachi quintet.
Yeah.
What would you play if you had to?
Oh, I don't know. Nowadays, I'm so out of shape with the guitar. I probably just want to play like maracas or something.
Maraca
you
sounds
know?
good. Well, guys, we really, really appreciate you guys being out here, and this has been an incredible session. We haven't done a session in maybe like more than a month. So
Yeah, it's
Wow,
been a
okay,
minute.
cool.
yeah, it's been a minute. We've just all been very busy.
Yeah, we're
Thankfully-
happy to break
We
it
got
back
to
in.
be
Yeah,
Yeah.
and we're very happy that you guys brought it back
Yeah.
for us. And again, thanks David Garrick for being here from Closed Caption, and
Yeah, no
the whole
worries.
entire team that's here. You know, Luis behind the video world. You can't see him, but he's over here handling the whole thing, and Memo outside handling all the
Yeah.
great
Thanks,
audio.
dudes.
Yeah, and then Jonathan. Oh, Memo, by the way, did you hear that shout out earlier? I don't think you heard the shout out.
DJ, I think you could talk into your Tom mic. You
Yeah.
could tell Memo.
Yeah,
You can tell him after the show.
the
Memo?
GoPro. There's a GoPro. There you go.
Love you, dude.
He says that he loves
Yeah.
you, Memo. That he looked up to you since he was born.
Oh. But yeah, thank you, Wonky Power, everyone who came out and stood in the rain to watch
Yes,
us out back.
absolutely.
And
Yeah.
thank you, Equal Parts, for the
Equal
delicious
parts. Thank you
beers.
so
Yeah.
much. I also want to give big thanks to Jonathan behind the bar, tip your bartender, everybody,
Absolutely.
Jonathan,
Mm.
everybody here. Thank y'all so much for being here. We love y'all, and yeah, I think we're gonna replay it, right, Luis? Yeah, we're gonna replay it, y'all.
Also, don't forget if you're
Yes.
watching on YouTube to subscribe to Wonky Power, and you will get updates about when these shows happen. And if you like all of the videos, it helps us out a lot. It lets us know who's viewing and who isn't.
Yes.
If you want to have something like this done, a live stream, maybe I know now it seems like COVID's over, but there's this
Yeah.
whole other thing that seems crazy that they're telling us to wear masks again or something. But if you
Yeah.
want to do a live stream event, live stream show, or you just want to record something, this is a working studio. All you have to do is go to wonkypower.com and get all the info you need. Also, podcasts happen in this studio. If you didn't hear, the Ghetto Boys are doing a podcast from this studio, and it debuts when?
It debuts this Monday, so everybody tune in to anywhere that you listen to podcasts.
Yeah,
It's gonna
so
be incredible.
super
It's
cool.
gonna be a big deal.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, the clip we saw was hilarious.
Oh
so
yeah, absolutely.
Can't wait.
Thank you so much for the plug.
No problem.
We love everybody. Thank y'all so much again, and we'll see y'all soon.
Yeah. Thanks again.
Peace.
Take care.